On Daf 107 of Pesachim, we get a story of a rabbi who's in a community, and they didn't have wine, so they brought him beer to make havdallah. And he didn't make havdallah, and he went to bed without eating anything. And the next day, they scrounged up some wine and brought it to him, and he made a havdallah, and he ate. And then the next year, he's back again. And they didn't have wine for havdallah, so they brought him beer. And this time, he made havdallah on the beer because he realized, oh, it's not just that they didn't have any wine. It's like this wine is not common here. And they use beer here instead of using wine. So he said, okay, I'll make havdallah on the beer instead of the wine. And since we learned three things from this little story. One, we assume that this rabbi had said havdallah as part of prayer before he got to the havdallah part, like we normally do. But that wasn't enough to allow him to consider havdallah done. He had to make it over a cup as well. Two, that one does not eat until they've already made havdallah. And three, that you can make havdallah not just right after Shabbat, but even into the week because they brought it the wine the next day. It's funny to me we don't learn a fourth thing from it, this idea that if you don't have wine and you've got a custom in your area to do havdallah on something else, then you can use that instead. So it seemed like as long as the rabbi assumed that the custom was with wine and that wine was the most exalted way of doing havdallah, that he wasn't about to do it with beer. But once he saw that, no, that's just how they do it here, that beer kind of is their wine, then he became comfortable doing it on the beer.